Alrighty. Hello everyone, this is Pestilence again. I wanted to do an update video on this 1911. As you can see, it's changed quite a bit. I'll go ahead and do a quick safety check, as you always should when you're messing with a firearm. Chamber's clear. Lock the slide back. Nothing in the mag well. Yeah, as you can see, I have Duracoated it. This is Grey Wolf Duracoat. I'm a big fan of Duracoat. I've used their products before on my Go to War AR-15 rifle. I didn't take certain parts off, like my sights. I didn't take off. I didn't take off my plunger tube, and as you can see, there's a little bit of aluminum showing through there, just from where I taped it off. And that's okay to me. It's not going to bother me too much, especially because when you're shooting the gun, no one's ever going to notice it. And also I have a little bit of steel showing right around the rear sight, and I don't care all that much. But I think overall it turned out really nice. So the update on it, I finally finished putting what I call my break-in period through. 300 rounds without cleaning. 0 malfunctions, 0 problems. Everything still works exactly as it should. The trigger's still nice and crisp. It's been easier and easier to take it apart. It is a little bit more difficult with a full-length guide rod to take a 1911 apart, just for the fact that you're under spring tension when you're taking out the slide stop. But other than that, it's no big deal, and I'll take the smoothness any day. Speaking of smoothness, I did go in and polish these rails. You can't see them too great, but I can damn near see myself in them. I polished them up just to ensure any smoothness. I went and bought a couple of 10-round Pro Mags, and I love them. I haven't had really any issues with them. The only issues I had, which I actually attribute to me not lubing the rails because I forgot to do it with my last range session. But the very first round, when you loaded a 10-round mag, when you try to close it, it would stop about right there, just about that far, and I'd just tap the back and it'd go into battery no problem. And it was really just the last couple of mags I fired. So I'm pretty sure it's just because I completely forgot to oil my slide rails. So it was just having a little bit of excess drag. But now they're all nice and smooth and oily. I didn't over oil it, just a couple of drops, but when you forget, things can happen. So I'm not attributing that to the gun or the magazines. I think that was just error on my part. As you can see, when I try to line the gun up straight, the rear sight is still very far drifted to the right, so I basically shoot like that. I've always shot left with handguns and rifles alike. I don't know what it is. I think it's something in my trigger pull, because with this, now that the sight's drifted, I'm always dead center as far as left and right goes. But I've noticed that I'm hitting low about 1.5 to 2 inches with this. But on my last range session when I was shooting, I took a few mags and really took my time and practiced good trigger control, and it seems to hit point of aim when I do that. But for the most part, I'd say maybe 20 out of the 300 rounds hit point of aim. The rest of them are all low, and that's both with me and my father shooting this. So I think that the sights are a little high. And they seem a little high. I mean, when you look at it, that front sight seems awful high. Just comparing to my XD and my SIG, it seems high. But I could be wrong. That could be exactly as it is. Like I said in my last video, I'm not a 1911 expert. Like I said, I didn't take a couple of parts off. The ejector I didn't take off when I worked on this, when I painted it, and I didn't take off this plunger tube. In my last video, I had someone ask me about the plunger tube. He's actually getting ready to use a Stealth Arms 1911 as his final project, and asked me how I staked mine. And I didn't stake mine. This was such a tight fit that I didn't feel it was necessary. If that changes for any reason and I have to go stake it, I will let you know. I'll post a follow up video to this. Um, as far as the accuracy on this, I'm going to do a more in depth accuracy video later. But my best groups were all touching. So, you know, 8 to 10 round groups, depending on which magazine I had in. Uh, they were all one big hole, which I shot it for the most part 7 yards, which I feel is a good pistol distance, good for self-defense. If someone's beyond 7 to 10 yards, I'm probably not going to reach for a pistol first because I'm much more comfortable with rifles. And it's no impressive feat, but with my rifles, I reach out to 300 yards with iron sights, so that's going to be my go-to. And I use pistols as backups. I'll do some more accuracy testing to see if maybe I can get my trigger to tame down a little bit and just really make sure it's the gun hitting low and not me. Which, like I said, right now I'm not sure, but it seems like it is because it's not just me that shot it, it's also my father. But other than that, I couldn't be happier with this build. It's awesome. Everything fits together nice and perfect, and it's my first 1911 that I've owned, and I made it myself, and I'm really proud of that, and I know all of you are going to be happy when you buy these products. This is why I take the time to test these out first, because I don't want to sell to my customers, my friends, anything that isn't going to be worth their time, worth their effort. And I really think that Stealth Arms has a great product, and I'm really happy to be working with them to get them to you. So keep watching, like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm going to keep posting reviews of the products. I'll have a couple, I think 3-4 more videos coming out pretty soon, just explaining what our company does a little bit and what kind of results you can expect, much like this 1911 here. And I hope you all have a great day. And remember, it's better to be judged by 12 than carried by 6. Support the Second Amendment. Support your everyday rights as an American citizen. God bless America. God bless you all.